Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are tuning in from. This is BS Buddies Podcast. I'm your host, Joe. That is your host, Ian. And today, we're going to create a sitcom. It's one of the few things that we haven't created yet. So
It's an original idea by us. Imagine that.
Yeah. So,
Crazy.
just so you guys are aware, we have no notes. We don't know where we're going to go. This whole thing will, sometimes we have little cliff notes that we follow. This time, 95% of the time, we have zero things to go off of. I have no idea what Ian's going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
Just to prove to you guys, right? So this is the notes from the Thanksgiving dinner. This was our most recent noir creation. I wrote down the date and the name of the episode, and now I have just sitcom. That's it. That's all I got. I got nothing to go on.
Ian's been taking notes the past month of episodes just so we can do a recap at the end and follow along ourselves, because otherwise we forget things.
To be honest, we really picked the worst person to take the notes on it because my notes are going to be all over the place. I have things crossed out, other things got erased, some stuff got written over top. It's absolutely. This page is just scribbles. This page is literally just scribbles. Write that down. Write that down. Just no lemurs.
I mean,
no
with
lemurs,
how we record, it's we'll go down one path, and then with the amusement or the water park, I did one ride, and then immediately you took it back and did the name, and then we did the mascot, and then we went back to rides, and then we went to a food court, and then finished it with rides.
Yeah, totally logical order there, step-by-step program. It makes a whole lot of sense going through the whole thing.
Would you like to start with this one and see where we go?
Sure. I guess we'll start. By the way, as a cliff note, if I look laggy at all, or you see me twitching out, just know that my computer is having a heart attack for some reason tonight, and the fans just keep spooling up for no obvious reason. So if you see me stutter or doing the robot over here, it's, I don't know, my stuff is having a hard time. Okay, sitcom. Let's start out with the setting. Right? What's the setting of our sitcom? Where should we place it? How should we do this?
The first place I had in mind was Dallas, Texas, for no reason at all.
Dallas, Texas. All right, sure. We're taking place in the heart of Dallas, Texas. You know what? Not even in the heart. We'll just say Texas in general. Dallas, because
Fort Worth Dallas, or something. It's just some random heavily.
Should we have our sitcom be about cowboys then? Should we make this kind of like The Ranch?
I have an idea. I'm starting to process ideas anyway. Right. Yes, I agree with the Cowboys, but there has to be something that happened where they are no longer on a ranch, but they're in just a modern home.
Okay. So cowboys removed from their element type of situation.
Yes. Perfect. Going from the countryside ranch to Dallas or one of the heavier populated areas, just right in suburbia.
They're suburban cowboys. They're cowboys. Oh my God. All right. So here we go. Right? Cowboys that are let's just say they're stuck out of time, right? You you said, they get plopped into an urban city center.
Are we doing middle-aged to older cowboys? So they still have that old-timey feel, but then they're just plopped in.
We really could, if we wanted to. We could say that they're let's put them at 45. Let's say it's two.
Okay, so middle-aged.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Let's do a trio of brothers.
A trio. All right, gotcha.
Either trio or quartet.
We'll make one of them a younger one who was born later. He can be like 30, so that he's still an idiot, but like
Like
he's
50, 45, and 30.
yeah, yeah, perfect.
Good old 20-year difference between the oldest and the youngest.
Hey, there's a pretty big gap between me and my oldest sibling. Brothers
I don't have you
trio.
beat there. Mine's 8.
All right, brothers trio. Texas Cowboys. Cowboys in the city, out of their element. I'm writing these down in some sort of way because I had so many half thoughts written down here.
Also, whenever you look down, like you fully disappear from the camera.
Oh my god. Why does that happen? You just see a little bit of my shoulder. Oh, that year. You just get to talk to my right shoulder. That's all you get to talk to. That's weird. Out of their elm. I'll abbreviate shorthand. Brothers out of their elm. Trio 50, 45, 30. Okay, I'm gonna pin this note because this has been rattling around my head since we brought up Cowboys, and I don't know when will be a good time to interject this. So I'm gonna put it now so I don't forget it. I want them to I want them to be rustling traffic like they were trying to rustle cattle. I don't know why, but that's just in the back of my head. There has to be a scene where they're like on motorcycles and not even like regular looking motorcycles. They're like, they put like a horse's head on the front of it and he's like
They
sitting like 9 feet up
hold
in the
hold
air.
on, hold on. I'm gonna take your idea to the next level. I did think about adding one motorcycle to one of them. Like have an episode where one of them gets a motorcycle and then the others get one. But like the 30-year-old brother, he converts a bucking bull from like those bars into a motorcycle.
Yes, perfect. Anytime the security system is like literally flash scene, some guys are coming out of a bar and big tough dudes biker jacket and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, oh look at this stupid bike, look at this piece of junk, look at this garbage, I bet it doesn't even run right, and he like sits on it and the security system is it just like launches him into space like
Launches him
over the
into the bar window.
yeah, just like he gets on it and all you hear is and then just throws him at mock Jesus at the bar window. Well, dang it, Clyde, your motorcycle got another one. You really got to put a warning on that thing. But it's funny. Just like,
I mean, if you just sit on someone's motorcycle without asking, that's like
deserved.
committing a crime. So, yeah, I think it's deserved.
It's deserved.
I
All
think
right, so mech
already,
bull motorcycle.
I think we have to backtrack.
Probably.
What caused them to not be on the ranch anymore? Why do they have to be in suburbia? That's what I've been trying to think of. We can come back to it, but that's what I've been trying to figure out as we're going through. Like, what
Let
caused them to leave, and is their goal to go back to the ranch?
How absurd are we willing to get
I
with
have kind
the
of an
back?
idea.
Like, are
That's
we staying within the realm of plausible?
let's see what you have first.
Well, I was thinking of something of like they were just getting started on their ranch when and so they like their house wasn't fully built yet, they're staying in a trailer home trying to get it going, and a tornado comes along and basically like flings their trailer, however, rolls it down the road something, and they end up in this like suburban landscape or whatever, but all of them in the ensuing chaos of getting flung around their trailer, they all hit their heads, so none of them remember where they're supposed to be. They just know that they wake up and they're like, what the hell happened to our ranch? Well, clearly we've time traveled, and they're like and they think that they're on their ranch, but all these people are somehow there. And so they, you know what I mean? Like they think,
You,
oh, we must have started a really successful ranch and everyone just wants to live next to us now.
you know, I would. I was thinking more along the lines of one of the brothers or like the dad gambled away the ranch, but
I
so
told
they
you. I
lost
said
it.
how. I said how much do you want to stay in the realm of plausibility?
Um, I mean, if we want to go with the tornado, well, like maybe it just ripped up the land and they have to like get so much money or so much money and so much time to get their ranch back, but they don't want to change their ways because like they don't want to lose any of their cowboyness.
Yeah, true, true. Okay. So what about this? We do like a combination, right? They wake up after the tornado. The ranch has been devastated, like trees down everywhere. The soil's all torn to shreds. All their equipment, machinery, everything that they had that they were supposed to be building the ranch up with is basically
And like
down the crapper.
the insurance doesn't want to pay for it all because
Yeah,
of
or
some
like
reason.
the insurance is like screw you,
We'll
claim denied.
we'll relocate you, but we can't help the ranch.
Yeah. And so they basically get relocated to like this little plot of land with their trailer. The trailer's okay. We'll say the trailer's
Trailer
okay.
like in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, it's in like a cul-de-sac of like fairly nice homes, and they're like, "Oh, we've got this land development on the edge of town. It's a real nice neighborhood. The only problem is there's no house on it. It's just a parcel of land." And they're like, "Oh, don't worry about that. We got the house part covered." And then they're rolling into town with their trailer, looking around like, I think our house might stick out a little bit. Just like rolling the
they
trailer
they
in.
have a cow tied to the mailbox.
Oh man. All right. What are the names? What should we give for the names
You
of
did
these
say
of these
Clyde
three?
for the youngest.
All right, Clyde.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna look up cowboy names.
Cowboy names. Hmm.
I'm from the far north. Tex, Doc, Butch for some classic. Popular, Colt, Buck, Cody. I like the name Maverick. Clay, Austin, Billy, Houston, Cassidy, other, Bo, Nash, West.
I like Nash. Nash is good. We'll say
So
Nash for
Clyde,
the middle
Nash.
one.
I also got a lot of other ones.
And then what do we want? The
Uh,
oldest one to be Maverick? Mav?
Otherwise, there's like Dalton, Angus, Bronco, Birch, Chance, Blaze, Hoop Along Cassidy, Hop Along Cassidy,
Hoop along. This cowboy's good at basketball.
Kit, Kit
Ooh,
Carson.
I like that. Kit.
Yeah. And then
That's good.
there's like an episode where they have to like renew their driver's license, so like you have to hear like their actual names.
except when they're in the DMV, we'll be super cheesy about it. When they're in the DMV, they're like, "All right, sir, I just need you to tell me your name and I can put this down on it." Oh, it's Kit. Well, sir, I need to hear your given name, your full given name. Oh, sure, my full given name is, and then as he says it, somebody else in the DMV will be like, "Tyler, hurry up with them damn documents." And they'll be like, "Did you get all that?" "Yeah, despite my coworkers, I got all that." And it's just like super, super
I
not subtle.
I'm gonna pull this reference because it fits with this. It's one of my favorite things that a movie does that. It's Wreck It Ralph 2. I don't know if you've ever
Oh,
seen it. Ralph
I
breaks the
have.
internet. At the
Yes.
very end, Felix and his wife are like asked, "How do you raise a perfect kids?" And Felix is like, "Well, you see, it's easy." And then race cars drive by, and then his wife is like, "Oh, but don't forget." And then
Yeah.
more
And then,
race
yeah.
cars drive by, and that's how you raise a perfect family.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Except it's just you just hear like the thunder of motorcycles. Something like that as they race by.
Or like one of the brothers' phones goes off, and it's just a cow mooing constantly, so you can't hear it.
Okay. So we've got Kit, Nash, and Clyde. They're in there. Let's see, trailer. If I could spell, that'd be fantastic. Trailer in suburbia. Oh, I better gotta remember to keep myself centered in camera when I'm writing things down, so I don't phase in and out of existence. Now, what day job should we have our cowpokes doing to help them earn back the cash to get the ranch going again? I feel like it's got to be something that's like somehow not at all in their element, but yet perfectly something you could see a cowboy doing.
Car
As,
salesman.
damn it, why was I thinking that too?
Like talk like just mad down talking any like sedan and always wanting to sell like the big truck.
Even better. So you could have an episode where it's like they first start at the dealership, and we'll say it's should we have all three of them working at the dealership, or should we give each of them different jobs?
I have ideas for different jobs if we really
Okay,
want to do that.
okay. So let's say Kit becomes the car salesman, right? And we could have the episode where he goes in there and the car boss is like, "Well, Kit, you got any sales experience?" And Kit's like, "Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. I've had my time selling off steers and horses at the auctions, back home and all that." And he's like, "Well, great. This is a lot similar to that. You're just getting out there, you're finding customers who are willing to buy the cars, and you get them off that lot. Every car you sell, you get commission." And so he just walks out there and he sees the first car, and it's like a Honda, and he grabs his megaphone and he's like, "All right, folks, coming up first on the lot here, we got a Honda six-cylinder getting ready. Come in, come in, 1500, and people are just like, yeah, yeah, I want that one. Yes, yeah, I mean, he's like, yeah, 1505 over here, 2000, 3500, sold 5,000 to the man in the black leather jacket in the back, and the car's and first the head sales guy of the lot is like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And then he realizes that everyone's really getting into it, and he's like, "I could make a hell of a lot of money off of this." He just starts selling the cars like he's running off an auction, just 100 miles an hour, rattling them out there.
So I got a few ideas. One is like not related to anything ranch. And then the two could be.
All
So
right,
I'll
all
read the
right,
I'll say the two that could be. One works at like a ammo and gun store. The
all
the
right.
mid I forgot his well we named him already, the middle one,
Nash.
Nash. He does that. If his name is Nash, he could also be like a part-time musician. Taxidermist.
Ooh, okay, yeah, taxidermy. Yeah.
And for Clyde, like I don't know, I was thinking like something like office wise, so like a tax attorney, a loan officer.
And he's absolutely phenomenal. There's literally nothing that he does wrong with it. He's the quote unquote smart one of the group.
Yeah, he's not like the dumb young one. Like
We'll say he's literally an idiot when it comes to all things cowboy and cowpoke related and all of that. But yet they walk into, like, it could be the story is like Kit and Nash get their jobs, right? Like, we'll figure out Nash's in a second, but Kit and Nash get their jobs, and they keep trying to find something that they think Clyde would relate to. They're like, God, you suck at lassoing, so you can't do anything related with rope. You can't feed the cows worth a damn, so you can't work at a restaurant. You can't do anything right. And then they need to go into like the bank one day to get like a check deposited, and the teller's like, "Oh, I'm sorry here, but well, these accounts just the numbers aren't matching. Are you sure that this is correct?" And Clyde just looks over the counter. He's like, "Well, you see there, the routing numbers are wrong. Yeah, that one's a 6, that one's an 8. Yeah, no, you need to move those around. And then, in fact, could you actually transfer 20% of that into a interest savings account so that we can start to build up some capital over the course of the next fiscal year? I think it'd be really handy for us to have that come time when we want to reinvest in the ranch, you know." And the other two just like turn and stare at him, and he's like, "What? I thought the whole goal was saving money." And just like,
And then like goes into his office and like slick back hair, suit, and then goes over to like the coat hanger, and it's just jeans, a flannel, a cowboy hat, and boots.
he wears the suit into the office, and then he's like, "All right, Greg, I'll see you later after the weekend. I gotta go with the brothers." And he just like changes into his flannel and just garbage shitty clothes. He's like, "All right, I'm out of here." Somehow his hair is all messed up and wild. It's no longer slicked back and combed. It's all crazy, like he's been out in the wind for just a week straight, letting it blow everywhere. He's clean shaven when he goes into work, and when he changes, somehow he gets facial hair.
Yeah. Oh, so back to Nash. Should we have him be like that part-time, like cover guy at the bar, like the bar they all go to, and then give him some other job? Like he wants to be a musician, but he's stuck at this other job that he's good at. He kind of likes it, but
Yeah, I think we could do something like that. He's the only one who has like a semi quote unquote normal, as he's working part time at, you know, a bar. Sometimes he's a bartender, sometimes he's a bouncer, you know, whenever they need to be. And then you could have the episode where like one night they're supposed to have a band come and perform, but like, you know, the guitarist or the banjo guy, you know what? No, let's give him like a completely unrelated instrument, like the flute, clarinet, saxophone. Give him like something woodwind maybe. And they're just
I'm,
like, "Oh my god, like what are we gonna do? We can't play this without him. It's like the most essential part of the whole song." And he just like, "Let me see the music sheet." And he like looks it over and he's like, "Let me see this." Hang on. He like pops the thing off, puts his own little like woodwind deal in there, and he's like, "All right, I think I can do this," and just like totally freaking kills it.
what
And then
instrument
he
you want to give him? I'm impartial to clarinet because
clarinet.
I know how to play it.
You want to go with clarinet? We could do clarinet.
I
We
mean,
could,
if
yeah,
we
we
want
could,
to take it up a notch, we could do bass clarinet.
yeah. You know what? We'll give him bass clarinet. We
Hell
could say
yeah,
that
bass clarinet love.
he get he gets we could say that he gets like found out by like a scouting agent or
That's
whatever, and
like
that,
towards the finale of the show.
yeah, that we'll say that his money that he makes from the music is like the final chunk that
Like
they
he
need
needs
to.
to land the ultimate gig. Like
Yeah.
he plays in an orchestra, but he doesn't change his clothes.
So they're all up there in like suits and nice dress, and then he's just sitting there with his big 10-gallon hat and his brown leather jacket. He's like smoking a cigarette before the show.
And the
They're like,
crowd
"All
is
right,
going
time to
like,
go."
"What? No, this is gonna be garbage." And then like they give him a solo right away because yeah, bass clarinets have solos. No, um, but but then he stands up, does a solo, just kills it, and
Absolutely kills it. bar worker / musician. Nash. I feel like that's a bit on the nose to have the guy named Nash be a what?
That's
It's
why.
fine.
That's why I picked it.
That's fine. Nash plays bass clarinet. I'm running out of paper here.
Uh, we are at a pretty good stopping point.
Next page. I got a whole all of these blank pages, Joe. We got days, weeks, months of content I can put in this little booklet here. All right. So we got their 3 jobs. We got where they're living. We got, some of the comic relief, like the mechanical bull motorcycle. What should we top our sitcom off with? We need to come up with a name for our sitcom, and then I feel like we should just one final element, but I'm not sure what it should be.
I got it. It's for the final element.
Yeah.
There's like this 9 or 10-year-old girl that lives in the neighborhood, and like she just like messes with them, or like she's kind of the comedic relief at times, but like she'll just come over and like ask him stuff or just mess with him.
Is she gonna be like Kevin McAllister, Home Alone, hoodwink these guys all the time?
That's
just to
a
mess
little
with
too
them?
extreme. But I guess I
Not
came up with the idea like Drake and Josh, Megan.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of
okay.
like that, like
you go.
some comedic relief, but will mess with them from time to time. Like she's just riding the cow down the street.
Like they have
When
an
they're-
episode where they're like, "Oh my God, where'd Bessie go? How are we gonna get milk for the week?" And they like go through all these shenanigans trying to find it. And then the little girl walks up at the end like, "Hey, she was hollering earlier, so I took her down to the meadow so that she could get some grass and drink from the river. She seems like she really likes going down there." Well, I'll be damned. That's why she hasn't been eating any of the stuff we feed her. Just totally like out of left field. She's like the Deus Ex Machina. For anything that goes wrong, she has the solution for it.
Like she's not in every episode, but when she is, like she's much appreciated.
Yes, perfect.
For a name, I did think of like 10-gallon lads.
10-gallon lads.
But I think we could do better.
I feel I think we could. Let's see. What something to do with cowboys in suburbia. 3 brothers.
The real Cowboys of Dallas.
The real
not
Cowboys
not even I can't think of the word.
Not even hiding it. Just a total shameless pun on
Why
Real
can't I
Housewives.
think? I can't think of what it's called. Reality TV. That's what I'm trying to go. It's not even reality TV. It's a sitcom. But just like, yeah, we'll take that.
Cowpokes in suburbia. What's a name that I could come up with off of that? God, this is tougher than I thought. You know what's going to happen here is we're going to come up with a name, and then the second the camera cuts, we're going to come up with an even better one, and we'll be really mad about it.
Hold on. Is there... I have a good one. I just want to see if it exists. Dang it. I had a good one.
The Cul-de-sac Cowboys. Right there. Money.
I think that's perfect. I was hoping there was a Yellowstone, Texas. So I could say the Yellow Bellies of Yellowstone.
The Yellow Bellies of Yellowstone.
I was really hoping for it. But yeah.
The Lily Livers of Dallas. Cul-de-sac Cowboys or cul-de-sac
Little Doggies
Cowboys.
of Dallas.
The Dogs of Dallas. I don't know why I always have to put alliteration in my names, but I always just
I
think it's
mean,
fun
it
when you
makes
have
sense.
alliterative names.
I think Cul-de-sac Cowboys is probably the best.
Cul-de-sac Cowboys. It's a nice mishmash of suburban life and cowboy life. Genius.
It's short, sweet, to the point. You know what you're getting.
Literally right on its face. You know exactly what you're getting. I'd watch that show.
I would too.
I hate to say it, but after looking back through everything, we've somewhat half created like
I
I don't
honestly
want to.
think this is our most solid idea. Like we
Oh
didn't
yeah,
go too we didn't go too crazy.
this is with 100% within the realm of possibility. Netflix. Anyways,
We
uh,
should honestly just let's shoot our shot.
hey, you know what? We could basically say that we were inspired by The Ranch. You know what I mean? God, I really should watch that show again because I did like The Ranch. It was funny.
I've never seen it.
It's oh my god, it's got Sam Elliott in it,
Okay,
and
then
that
I'd
that
probably love it. I love Sam Elliott.
yeah, that's the one where he's like, "What in the hell is this? It's almond milk. It's milk from an almond. Show me the tit on an almond." Oh man, that's a good one. It's got Ashton Kutcher, Sam Elliott. I don't remember who plays the brother to Ashton Kutcher in that one, but he's good too. He's good too.
Speaking of Sam Elliott, I'm looking up his quotes. Um,
I swear to God, if you use the beef, it's what's for dinner one.
he actually has some good ones. I think this one's from Parks and Rec. I love that show. I got 3 quotes because they're all really good. All by Sam Elliott. Always do a little more than what's expected of you. I believe a man's feet should remain uncaged. Same goes for all chickens. And 3 from Parks and Rec. Just remember, Ron, giving in to hate is like drinking salt water. The thirst only grows worse.
that's
I,
that's fantastic. Those are all some
I
really solid quotes.
I don't know if you've ever. I'm guessing you've watched Parks and Rec with your reaction, or at
I've
least a
seen
little bit.
clips from it, and I know from the show that Sam Elliott plays another Ron,
Yep,
who is essentially like the polar opposite
yep,
of Ron Swanson,
yep. And
and
Ron
he's
Swanson just hates his guts, and I'm just sitting there like I love Sam Elliott and I love Nick Offerman who plays Ron Swanson, and it's like this episode is perfect.
your quotes are very wonderful and very inspiring and very different from mine, which was just going to be a very generic cowboy quote, but one that is holds good weight anyway. Always drink upstream from the herd. That's a classic cowboy saying right there. Always drink upstream from the word. Don't pee into the wind.
Yeah,
That's another good one.
thank you guys for BSing with us. If you'd like a part 2 where we go into like more characters that we can flesh out, let us know down below in the comments. Subscribe to become a bud today, and we will see you next time when we check in on the Cowboys of the Cul-de-sac.
Yeah. And hey, if you guys got some fantastic names of your own, let us know. We'd love to hear them. We're always open to some good ideas for these. But as always, you make sure that you take her easy now.